It's 6 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order. If everybody could rise to pledge allegiance.
Behind you.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So just to let everybody know, I'm zooming in. I'm the only person who is able to zoom in, and it's because I'm not feeling well. So I'm the only person that will be on Zoom. But do we have anybody in the audience anybody there who would like to make a comments or statements from the public?
Nope, nobody's here, no public.
Okay. So before we get to the special agenda, I just would like to once again thank Tony and Nancy for all of the work and commitment they put into the school committee and to our town. What they've done with being on the school committee will continue to be felt by our students years from now. So I thank them for the time and efforts that they put in and really the care of our school district. I'd also like to welcome our two new members. Welcome Jay and Chris. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
After you, good sir. Jason Pacheco. Thank you, Melissa, for welcoming me. I'm happy to be aboard, and be here to support, obviously, the committee and the school district, and certainly the students and town of Westport. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Christopher Thrasher. I am very happy to be a member of this board. I am a very recent new father. I have a
Congratulations.
three and a almost 4-month-old now.
Oh, my God.
So figure there's no sense in wasting any time here to start having a positive impact on the town schools. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for joining the school committee. We're very happy to have you here with us. We're going to dive right into the school committee reorganization, and from there we do the selection of the chair and the first, and then the vice chair. So how we'll do the selection of the chair, I'd like to see if there are any nominations from the floor for the chair, and then how many there are. We'll take it from there. If there's more than one, they can just talk about why they would like to be chair. And move from there. So, do we have any nominations?
I would like to
chair
I would-
position?
I would like to nominate Evan Gendro for the chair position.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I would like to second.
Thank you. So, is there any discussion?
Thank you, Gloria. Chris.
Congratulations.
So if we could have a roll call vote for chair.
I, Gloria Cabral.
I, Christopher Thrasher.
Hi, Jason Pacheco.
I, Evan Gendro.
I'm Melissa Pacheco. Thank you very much. So let the record show that the new chair is Evan Gendro. So I think
Thank
from
you.
here, you would take the rest of the meeting. Thank you, Evan.
Thank you, Melissa.
Now you get the gavel.
I will, well, first, just want to thank the committee and welcome our two new members, Jason Pacheco and Christopher Thrasher. We welcome you aboard, and we look forward to working with you to continue the great progress that we're making in the district. So looking forward to it. At this time, continuing with our special agenda, I'll entertain a motion for the nomination of vice chair.
I'll make a motion to have Melissa Pacheco as a vice chair. I nominate Melissa,
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to nominate Melissa Pacheco as vice chair of the committee. We'll do a roll call vote.
I, Gloria Cabral.
I, Christopher Thrasher.
Hi, Jason Pacheco.
I'm Melissa Pacheco.
I am Evan Gendro. Congratulations, vice chair, Melissa Pacheco.
Congratulations.
Discussion of the school committee subcommittee appointments. We have a list that every committee member has received with the previous subcommittee appointments. So we'll go down the list and make the approvals of the way that this has been done in the past is to approve the annual appointments first. So for legal counsel, we have Murphy, Lemire, and Murphy. School committee secretaries, reporting secretary Sharon Pino, secretary Lori Mello, and school physician, Dr. Dennis Callen. Is there a motion to accept those appointments?
I'll make a
Motion to
motion. I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the annual appointments. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, that carries. Town committee representatives. So currently on the capital improvements committee is Melissa Pacheco. If Melissa, is there any, would you like to continue on that committee, or?
Sure, no, that'd be fine,
Okay.
thank you.
On the cable committee, currently Gloria.
No, I'll be stepping down.
Okay. Either Chris or Jay, would either of you like to serve on the cable committee?
It's an easy committee.
What, I feel like cable, I may have to recuse myself due to a potential conflict of interest,
Okay.
I just wanna leave that alone, but I would, as we get to the school building committee and the long-range
Sure.
building committee, would certainly go there.
Jay?
Can I ask the commitment on the cable committee?
Once a month.
Yes. I
And
would.
if they may be less due to, we've already signed the contract.
Gotcha. Yes, I would do it.
Okay. For the school building committee, previously Tony Rivers and Nancy Sandcross. I've attended a number of those meetings, so I don't mind serving on that committee.
And I think I said,
There's still some work there. I'm not sure, how often the committee is meeting now, but it's sort of as things come up. So I know
Yeah.
Chris or
well, we talked,
Whichever.
tell me which one's either one.
If,
It doesn't matter. I had given you a few names, different things, so.
it's, my thinking on the school building committee was, having already being the chair of the long-term building committee, perhaps it would be better if I was not on the school building committee, either way, so
Okay, yeah, sure.
yeah, it's
So
perfect.
Gloria?
I'm
Okay.
perfectly
So that would be
step aside for
Gloria
that.
and myself. Long-range building committee was previously Tony Viveris. So Chris, is your service on that committee contingent on another committee's representation, or or are you just a member of the committee?
It may well be. For the long-term building committee, I believe I am, actually, no, I apologize, I am at large on that committee, not the FinCom.
Okay.
So in that case, I'm already on that one, so no
Okay.
worries.
And I've attended a number of those, so if the committee is okay with it, I wouldn't mind serving on that as
Okay.
well.
Mhm.
Would absolutely.
ADA transition team, there are two on this. Gloria Cabral, there was only one that we filled previously, but there's two there, so Gloria, would you
Yep.
like to continue there?
Continue, yes.
Okay, and is there another member that would like to serve on that?
That one has very
Committee.
little commitment on that
Jason
one.
or Chris
I've never had a
or
meeting
Serve
yet.
on
Melissa?
that, Evan.
Melissa? Okay,
I can serve on that too.
sure. Campground committee is currently myself, but if another member would like to join that committee, I know the town is looking to potentially pay off the note on that property this year, so I'm not sure if that means that there'll be something done there.
Mhm.
But if a member would like to serve on the committee,
I wouldn't mind, Evan.
sure, okay. Jason.
Are you gonna be on that too, Evan, or just?
No, that's just
Jason?
one
Just
member.
Jason?
Yep, just one member. That committee also has, I believe there's a membership list that's either published on the town website, or if it's not, I know that the chair has a list, so I'm sure they can reach out to.
Excellent.
All right, audit committee, currently is Gloria Cabral. Do you wish to remain
No.
on that? Okay. There's one position there. Any committee members would like to?
I am also at
He's
large
on there.
member
You're on
that
there, the committee as well.
Yeah, so.
okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind serving if.
But
there
That
are
one's
other
not a bad
members.
one. That was,
Yeah, whatever the
we have like 3 or
committees-
4 committees we all have to do. That's the hard part. I think we're on 4 committees each. Would you like that one, Jason?
I'd rather not. I'm looking a
Yeah,
little bit
that's-
down the road at a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, no, I don't mind serving on that. Educational Fund Committee is currently, was Nancy Sandcross and myself. If any committee members would like to serve on that,
I
express their
would-
interest.
I would like to
Okay, Chris. Yeah.
serve on that.
Okay. there anyone else for that committee?
Oh, the fund? I'll do it.
Educational Fund, Gloria?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, moving on to school committee subcommittees, collective bargaining representatives. WFT is currently Nancy St. Cross and myself. I would like to remain on that committee just because we have an ongoing contract negotiation there. But we do have an open seat there. I know Chris serves on the Finance Committee. It may have some good insight, but, open to discussion on
I would
committees-
be
the committee's
happy,
interest in that position.
I would be happy to serve on that if, especially, unless someone else wants to, I'd be happy to serve on that committee.
I wouldn't mind either, but it's fine, it doesn't matter.
You got,
It's the
and you got
committee's,
AFSCME, so there's two different bargaining ones if, yeah.
There are two bargaining units within the district. So is
What? I'll let Chris do one and Jason do the other.
that works, yeah, that works.
Jason, I'll defer to you as to which one out of the two, if,
I'll do the WFT.
All right, we have AFSCME.
Is Melissa gonna stay on the AFSCME one?
That's what we'll determine right now. Melissa,
I
AFSCME?
can see-
Okay,
Yeah, I can stay on the AFSCME.
yep. And then there's one more spot on AFSCME.
I'll be happy to serve with that.
Chris? The Health Advisory Committee, currently Gloria and Nancy.
I'll stay on that one.
Gloria will stay on that. Any other member of the committee interested in serving on the Health Advisory Committee?
How often does that meet, Gloria?
Never. I've never been. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think it's a very busy one.
No, I think they want to start doing with something with SPED pretty soon on it, but that's, as of right now, I've never met.
Does it need to? Because there isn't a two beside it.
There is not a two beside it. We did have two members appointed, so
If they- yeah.
that could remain Gloria.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
fine,
just
yeah.
leave. And if we need
But-
somebody, we'll grab somebody on the, yeah.
The
'cause-
budget-
Yeah, as you're going, if you find that there's more need, then you can get back up.
Sure. The Budget Subcommittee, I'm currently on that, and just because of where we're at with the budget, I'd like to remain on that if the committee's okay with that. And
Mhm.
we have another position. I know Chris is on the Finance Committee.
I would very much like to be a part of the budget subcommittee. It does remain to be seen if I will be continuing with the finance committee beyond town meeting,
Right.
but in any case, I would certainly want to be part of the budget
I
subcommittee.
think your insight there would be helpful regardless, just because of your experience there with the town.
Appreciate that, and I'll be happy to serve.
Okay, we have the Mask Policy Review Subcommittee, currently Melissa and Gloria.
I'll stay on that one.
Gloria will stay. Melissa, would you like to stay on that, or?
It might be helpful for one of our new members to
Yeah.
get on that so they can get more familiar
Okay.
with some
Jason,
of
you-
our policies. I don't know if either of the two members, Jason or
Oh.
Christopher, would be interested in the
Jason, that would
policy.
be,
It doesn't meet very often.
No.
And it tends to be only when there's a new policy that comes up. So it might be something they're interested in. If there's no interest, then I can continue on it.
I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a
We
minute.
have the master plan update is currently Melissa.
Yeah, we're not in a cycle for updating the master plan, so I mean, that's fine.
Okay, okay.
All right.
I believe that's all of our,
Did you wanna do the special ed liaison?
yes, there was a request by the Special Education Department for a department liaison. I've met with them in the past, so I'm not sure if the committee has to establish that committee or a liaison position, or just vote on the liaison. I believe we would just vote on a liaison, but I don't know if that has to be an appointment position. I'm not sure Melissa, if you have any insight on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I have to check our policies. Why don't we, I don't know if we have to, I mean, the worst case would be we'd have to vote to add a subcommittee, so I mean, we could do
Right.
that. and then just appoint yourself to that subcommittee.
Sure, right. So we would then approve this list as is at the moment, and then move to, right. Okay, so we'll, with the current list, we'll, if there's any, is there any more discussion on the current list that was just discussed? Anything
No.
further? No?
No.
All right, is there a motion to approve those appointments?
I'll make a motion to approve the appointments of the new committees.
No,
Second.
Go ahead, I'll get.
You
guys,
I'll get
this is what we do.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. Okay, thank you. Moving to discussion, payroll and bill warrant approvals.
Oh,
So
no, it's
those-
regular meeting, isn't it?
What's that?
The regular meeting?
We have this part.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So payroll and bill warrant approvals, that's currently done by, or it was done by the chair and Tony. I wouldn't mind doing those, approving those, but it's up to discussion by the committee, if that's.
You have to have, what, 2 or 3?
Two? How many signatures?
How
I
many-
And
believe
then
it's
just so
a-
all members know,
Yeah,
they get
sure.
sent out, the
Right,
warrant gets
yes.
sent out, and we
Yes.
all have an opportunity to take a look. We all have an opportunity to ask questions, and then ultimately, the person who's appointed to sign it goes in and sign. But we all have the ability to go in, so I'm fine
Right.
with you doing that, Evan.
I don't believe that needs a vote, just because it's a,
Yeah.
yeah. We have discussion of preparation of the school committee regular meeting calendar. We currently meet on the first and third Thursday of the month, except for July and August, although last year we did have 2 meetings that we scheduled in August. The committee is okay with that schedule, along with a meeting at the beginning of July at 7:30, just to close the books on the previous fiscal year and begin the new year. That would fall this year on July 9th, I believe, Tuesday, July 9th.
Evan?
Yes.
I don't know what schedule everybody currently has and if it matters, but would it be possible to move the meetings from a Thursday to a Wednesday? Does anybody have a prior commitment?
Yes.
I have some,
Well, it matters what days, you know, I have the 4th Wednesday of the month, and then a lot of the town committees run on Wednesdays, Monday and Wednesday.
That's my same concern.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday are a lot of town meetings.
so what about the Tuesday?
That would be,
Tuesdays would work for me. Wednesdays do not either, but Tuesdays would.
Tuesday,
It's okay.
Tuesday could work. I, just out of curiosity, so traditionally it's at 6:30 as opposed to 6, or
yeah.
6:30 traditionally.
is there any, does 6 or even earlier work for anybody else on
6 o'clock.
Tuesdays, or is 6?
Days.
I'm okay with 6 if that is okay with the committee.
I'm okay
Is
with
that-
6.
Okay.
too.
Okay, okay. That would work. Excellent.
Okay, so that would be the first and third Tuesday at 6 PM, right? If that, does that work for everybody, just to confirm, before we
I hope so.
take a vote? Okay.
And that begins immediately,
Yes.
so these will be amended.
That would be correct.
Thank
Okay,
you
do we
all.
have a motion to approve that schedule to meet?
I make a motion to approve the new schedule for meeting dates.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 That carries. Okay, our informational agenda, superintendent's report, Mr. Robin?
Sure. A lot of good news happening. As you can see, there was a handout as part of your package from the National Association of Schools and Colleges. They are the accrediting body for high schools and colleges throughout New England. And they came for a visit, as you can see. Earlier in the year, on March 3rd and 4th, they wrote up this report for us. And you can see, I mean, I'm not going to, read the whole report, but when it says the commission was impressed with many of the programs and services and wishes to commend the following, I think some of them should be noticed. The security of the school building, including cameras, protocols, and a school resource officer. Again, that's a thank you not only to the school committee for their support, but also, for Chief Dunn and the police department for his support in helping us keep a very safe school. Spirit of collaboration among staff, administrators, and district leaders. Open, bright, clean learning environments throughout the school, allowing for collaborative learning. A couple that I'm proud of, the wide range of courses and extracurricular learning opportunities available to students. Robust technological resources available to students and teachers across the district. I can't say this enough. The robust technological resources does not happen without the largesse and generosity of both our legislative delegation. And I want to give a particular shout out to the Greater Fall River Development Corporation, who recently gave us another $50,000
Thanks.
so that we can increase the technology in our media center. I am also letting you know that for budget purposes, you can see at the end of the report that on December 7th to December 10th, they will send a team of approximately 8 people for our decennial visit. This is a big visit. We're going to actually have to create subcommittees within the school to do self-reports and have them ready to go for the event. It does mention the fact that out of 5 of the 6 foundational elements, the one that they're looking for improvement on, not a surprise here, is curriculum, and we've made a lot of progress, as you know, from Laura, Principal Charette coming and talking about the priorities and the progress that we've made relative to curriculum. So you can see the bulleted places that they're looking for us to show growth and improvement. I can guarantee you that Principal Charette and her team will be working on that, and we will have a report for you shortly. But the reason I mentioned the decennial visit is because that is the big one, and for budgetary purposes, in the 25 school year, I know it's a year out, but so we're going to have to plan on them arriving. And I think the last time, if I remember correctly, it was like $20,000 or something for their last visit. So we'll check with the commission to find out what the average stay is, and obviously have to plan for that. But this report is really good news and really is a credit to the middle high school team. They've done a phenomenal job, and I'm exceedingly proud of the report. I couldn't be happier. Also arrived on the 17th, and I'm going to have Lisa Kaminsky report at next meeting. But the Student Opportunity Act, which has to be renewed every 3 years, was due April the 1st. April the 17th, we received word. Not only did they receive it, but they completely approved it with no revisions. Again, a complete credit to
Nice.
Mrs. Kaminsky and the work that she does as a grant writer. Just a phenomenal job. So she will be presenting at our next committee, but I think that's some really good news for committee members and a lot to be proud of for the school community. So other than that, that we still have some work being done on the building. You see a lot of lifts out there, and that's why the building committee is still meeting. There are still things that we're trying to resolve, and they're working on that this week. So we should have more information on that over the next couple of weeks as reports are generated. But generally speaking, a lot of good things happening here, and I think you have a lot to be proud of. So, and that's all I got, unless you have any questions.
Thank you, Superintendent Robin. Any
Thank you.
questions for
Mm.
Mr. Robin?
Nope.
All right, thank you. Okay, we have the bill warrant dated 4/19 for $432,122.33. All members have had an opportunity to review the bill warrant. It's included in the packet. Okay, and also just for new committee members as well, any questions, for the invoices there can go to the business department and they'll get back to you with an answer.
We talked about having a informational session for the new members and everything, so everybody understands the same thing, all on board.
Sure.
So it'll be nice.
Okay, student and staff attendance report, that's also given to the committee before every meeting to review the attendance rates in the district. It's provided by our HR department, and if there are any questions there, they can be directed.
If I may, Chair Gendro, just to let you know, obviously, if you look at the numbers, they're relatively good relative to.
A lot, yes.
I am mildly concerned about a little bit of a drop-off at the high school. And again, sometimes I'm not going to blame our seniors, but, as you get closer to the end of the year, and so I will be working with the team to make sure that we remind kids that graduation's in June and not in April at this point. But I think the numbers overall, if you look at them in terms of the state average, we're holding up nicely there, so.
Mr. Superintendent, would it be at all possible, sort of as a one-time, not going forward, but I'd be very curious kind of if there's any way to get some historical numbers, just for comparison?
Are you looking year to year, month to month?
More month to month, I think, at this point.
Sure.
And maybe, going back a couple of years, but just as a one-time, just for my own.
I don't think it'll be
but-
a big deal. We'll chase down some numbers for you, because it's good to look at the historical data, especially seeing that you're just jumping on now, so. I completely agree. Laurie, we all set? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to our action agenda, review and act on school committee meeting minutes Thursday, April 4th. Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of our last meeting, April 4th.
Was that
This
a
one can't technically
second?
shouldn't,
Oh,
right?
second.
No,
Okay,
second.
second.
Melissa.
That's okay.
Second.
Yeah, okay, we have motion being seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain.
I'll
Yeah.
abstain.
That carries. Review and act on $1,000 United Technologies Corporation grant for STEM-related supplies.
Make a
Do we have a
motion to,
on-
yeah.
To accept the grant?
I'll make a motion to accept the grant from United Technologies Corporation Technologies. Woo.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 That carries. Review and act on a $50,000 Greater Fall River Development Grant, Neo-Technical Learning Program Advancements. Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make,
So moved. Oh,
oh,
no,
you can make a motion. Go, make it.
I move to accept the grant from the Fall River Development Corporation.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That carries. And we're appreciative for these grant opportunities that we're given. Our district has very limited funding, so we're always appreciative of any additional funding that can be brought into the district.
And I will be happy to, let you know some of the ideas that we have going forward. We've applied for additional grants. We're looking to really establish a stronger robotics program here. We know that the jobs in the field of robotics is continuing to grow, and so we'll keep you abreast of what's going on. We're in talks right now with Boston Dynamic, the hope that we can develop some type of a partnership with them. So that would be incredibly valuable for so many different reasons. But I can't thank the Greater Fall River Development Corporation enough. I mean, what are we talking, Laurie? We're talking maybe close to $200,000 over the past 3 years. So,
Awesome.
the reason, we have the touch screens in the MAC in the West is not only the largesse of the school committee, but also the fact that they gave us $100,000 to make sure that that was in there. So a lot of that technology that we're recognized in the state, if you look at the state, the reporting of the state in terms of how we line up against other districts in terms of technology, we're way above the, and for a town with very little money, it is a real credit to the boots on the ground here who write these grants and, chase every dollar that they can, knowing that money's very tight here. So I want to give even a shout out to Ms. Gendron, who, you approved the 1,000. She's writing this stuff up. We have people on the ground that understand their mission and are doing it exceedingly well. So it's just, people are not going to invest in a district that's not advancing, and clearly we're making it happen, and we're going to continue to move forward, regardless of what the financial situation is.
Routine matters, correspondences, and notices. I don't have any. Does the vice chair have any that you received since our previous meeting?
Dr. Pacheco?
No.
Oh, no, I don't have anything.
All right.
Didn't receive anything.
Okay. And we have topics that the chair could not reasonably anticipate 40 hours in advance of the meeting. I don't have anything. The only thing I wanted to bring up is on the subcommittees, just going back to that for 1 second. On the WFT and the budget subcommittee, I know previously those have gone hand in hand with the members serving on both of those committees. So I'm not sure if we wanted to continue that, or what the committee's
Say that
thoughts were
again,
there.
Evan, I
Yeah,
didn't
so,
hear you.
so traditionally, with WFT and the budget subcommittee, typically the members have served on both of those committees
The same members.
The same members have served on both. So I'm not sure if we wanted to make any changes there, or if that, what the committee's thoughts there are.
Yeah, so, in my opinion, I don't think it needs to be the same individuals.
Okay.
The budget subcommittee, so the one thing is all of us members are responsible for the budget, right? That's one of our primary purposes on the committee. And so while we do have a budget subcommittee, because they meet so many more additional hours, anybody's also welcome to go to it. So even though I'm not on a budget subcommittee, or
Right,
if someone
sure.
here isn't on it, they're still able to go to it. So, I mean, I don't see the need to,
Okay.
but what is your thoughts, Evan? Do you?
No,
do you think
the only reason I bring that up is because,
individuals?
the only reason I bring that up is just because that's what we've done, but also I know Chris, with his insight on the finance committee, you know, may be helpful in a contract year on the WFT. That was my only thought there.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sure he would be very helpful in that, if he's able to. It adds value because you have individuals who have a good understanding of the budget,
Right,
know what we're able to provide.
right.
And usually that's what it comes down to, is always the funding, but,
And
I don't
I
think
bring
it's
that up
required,
because
but
I
it would
think
probably
this
be
year,
beneficial.
this year, more than I think other years, the town has really constrained the district. And I think Chris has a really good understanding of what the constraints are in the town budget at large and where our funding comes from. So that was just my thoughts there. If the committee, if it's the pleasure of the committee to make myself and Chris the WFT, and then
And
if Jason wouldn't mind swapping with Christopher on AFSMI and serving on the AFSMI bargaining committee. If it's the, we can discuss that.
If it's agreeable to Mr. Pacheco, I'd be
My
willing to
thought,
do
my
that,
thought
but
there
it's
was
of
just
course
because
not
of the
working.
constraints with the town budget at the moment, and I know that's come up a number of times in our discussions with the, in the bargaining committee, so I just wanted to get the committee's thoughts there.
And
Is that all right with you, Jason?
Is that,
If that's,
Yeah, I am a little, confused at the difference, because, the AFSCME budget obviously fits into the overall budget as well. So I'm not sure the difference there. Obviously, WFT being certainly more
Right.
higher monetary, but,
Right.
so I don't mind switching.
Okay.
and
Okay.
again,
If
I'll
that's,
defer
again, if that's
there's
okay
no-
with the, Melissa, do you have any thoughts?
No, I mean, I think as far as the budget is concerned, the WFT contract is usually a higher, majority of our budget versus ASME. Either way, we're all, so how the contract works, I mean, we all
approve the
two
contract.
representatives of the committee, I mean, when it comes time for WFT contracts or any contract, we meet as a committee, an executive,
Right.
and talk about
Right.
what that's going to look like. So Jason, whether you're sitting necessarily like meeting with those individuals, you will have a say in that prior to those individuals going in. I mean, I look at it like the representatives who go into the negotiations are basically representing what we as a committee have directed them to, right? So they can't go in and be rogue, and
Right.
I guess
Right.
that
Yeah.
wouldn't be good at all. So they're going in as what we discussed as the parameters. So, I think, again, I do think that it would be helpful because it's a larger budget. And then also maybe being able to explain, because sometimes that does come up when we're meeting with the WFT, to explain why
Right,
we're unable to, set certain perimeters. So, with the experience that Mr. Thrasher has with the Finance Committee, that might be helpful because he does have that, he sat behind on those seats in the Finance Committee. You could probably add that, but, so, I don't know if that makes sense. so.
That was my thought as well, Melissa, only because that I know in our conversations so far that has come up a number of times on the town side. So I think, allowing, and I think not only the union, but the school community at large to understand, the town budget and the constraints there and where they're coming from funding for the district and the percentages and all those sorts of things
It's taken,
that you would have, I think, good
Yeah.
insight on.
right, as a new, when I was a new committee member, it's taken me over a year to just understand all these points, and that's why I was saying about,
Right.
working on executive sessions and stuff.
Yeah, there's,
So-
I mean, there's no question, on the town side, there's a lot of moving parts, and of course, now we have
Right.
even more complexity,
Right.
more moving parts
Yeah.
over here, I think, so, I would be happy to serve on
Okay.
WFT and,
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then you need to re-vote.
We would have to vote on if there's a motion to amend that list, just for that one change on the WFT and the AFSMI, to make WFT, myself and Christopher, and AFSMI would be Melissa and Jason.
I'll make a motion for amendment to the bargaining group changes.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion made and seconded. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, it's aye, right.
Yep, opposed? Okay, that carries. Okay, topics the chair can reasonably anticipate 48 hours in advance of the meeting. I have nothing that I've received. Vice Chair, have you received anything in the meantime?
I have
No?
now.
Evan, can I just mention something?
Sure,
quick?
yep,
So I just wanna confirm that because we changed the dates, to be on Tuesdays at 6, starting immediately, that the dates are gonna be May 7th on our 23-24, so the one I gave you.
I see, right,
It'll be
I
May
see.
7th,
yeah.
Did we change that? I just wanna confirm, that starting immediately.
I believe the committee's intention was to change that.
Oh, yeah, town meeting is May 7th.
May 7th
What
is
did we-
Town
town meeting, so
meeting.
we cannot do May 7th.
Yeah, that's right.
But that would be,
Do you want to start it at the 16th? Because the town meeting is, that would be your
Gonna
next.
be May 21st.
Right, it would be May 21st,
correct,
and then
right,
June 4th and June 18th to finish off, so.
right.
And,
Well, I think it may be helpful,
graduation is June 1st, correct?
Yes.
right. I think we would have to meet either for a budget work session for the new committee members, just for that purpose, and also, just to discuss things with the way our budget's going. So, in the meantime, to schedule a meeting, just a work session,
Okay.
that we can meet and discuss the budget side of things. And then I believe that would, May 21st, if that's okay to start that, those meeting dates? On May
Yep.
Sounds
21st,
good.
if that's okay? Okay.
so just to, forgive me, just to
Go ahead.
reiterate here, so we will not be meeting again until May 21st?
No.
We'll still be meeting on.
These,
Okay,
and
okay.
after the 7th, the next one will
After
be
the 7th,
after
okay,
the 7th.
excellent, thank you.
Graduation is June 1st.
Okay.
Well, we'll have our budget session, we'll have a budget session prior to the May 21st meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But the May 21st would begin our Tuesday,
The next-
first and third Tuesday
Gotcha.
meetings at 6 PM.
Do we wanna do that work session on May 2nd, or do you wanna just get back to me with the date?
That works for me, at work session on May 2nd,
Okay.
if that works for the committee.
Does that work for you, Jay?
That works for you?
May 2nd?
That works for you?
Okay, so
Perfect.
we'll do our
Okay,
budget
we
work
can do a budget work
Yes.
session then?
So I can't be there, but still have the session. I don't need to be there.
I'm sorry, Melissa?
She can't be there.
I just said I'm not able to be there, but don't
Okay.
still have the work. I think it's important to have the work session.
Okay, all right, so that'll be on for May 2nd, on a Thursday. At, what time did we have that at? Was that
6 o'clock?
Originally it was
6:30.
6:30, but if you wanna move it to
We'll make
6.
everything 6 from now on, if
the
that's,
6 works? Jason, does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 6 PM on May 2nd for a budget work session, and we'll meet on May 21st for Tuesday meeting.
And
Okay.
the Junes will move to the 4th and the 18th, correct?
yes.
Oh, for June, yeah, correct,
Yeah,
yeah,
4th and 18th.
Thank you.
right.
And then the only other thing is, Evan, for the town, committee representatives.
Yes.
Everyone has to go to get sworn into those after I contact the board of selectmen, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and, right, and those the respective committees should also be in contact with the members that were appointed. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you want to make a
Okay.
motion to adjourn?
I don't have anything else.
If I have
Mr.
just
Robert?
one
Yeah,
other
sure.
thing, it's not on the agenda, but we will be putting on the next agenda, unfortunately, a revision to some of the cuts that we were looking at, as you're aware.
Yeah.
We were looking at, I believe, at a $340,000 deficit at this point. Now, with the the Finance Committee had recommended a different number, and so now we're looking at over $500,000 deficit. So we're going to be presenting to you, we're going to meet with as a team next week and, talk about what we're going to need to do. Everything's on the board, exclusive of administrative cuts. I can't cut another administrator at this point, but everything's on the table at this point. We were not anticipating this. This is going to hurt. So.
And just so the committee is aware as well, especially our new members, so the figure that the town had given us originally, that's the select board had recommended to the finance committee for town meeting, would have put us in roughly nearly $400,000 hole, but just under that. And that was, the way they got to that figure was by adjusting the percentage from Chapter 70 from 54-46, which is the traditional split with the school and the town, to 67-33, with the school receiving 67%. So that's where some of those additional monies came from, with a reduction in free cash per the Finance Committee's recommendation to $400,000 over last year. The Finance Committee had then come back after meeting a week later and came in with their recommendation at $500,000 in free cash, but no adjustment to the percentage change. So that would put us in an additional $150,000 deficit. So that's where we're currently at, and obviously we'll dive into those figures a little deeper in the work session, but that's where we're at.
And I just wanted to make everybody aware. I mean, if you didn't pay attention to the meeting, and you wouldn't know about it. So
And for the record, those votes were not unanimous on the committee. but-
understood.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. So, all right, we appreciate everyone's time, and we welcome our new members to the committee. We're looking forward to working together this year. There are no other topics on the agenda, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night. Hope you
Hope
feel
you're feeling
better.
better.
Better.